As we know, the last time the Phoenix Suns or the Milwaukee Bucks had won a championship was way back in 1971, which was half a century ago. So it's actually going to be crazy that now we're seeing both of these teams matching up in the finals, and one of these teams bringing it home in over 50 years. And you know that the crowd on both floors are going to be intense. The atmosphere is going to be crazy regardless. And this is going to be a series where every player is going to leave it all on the floor, hustle for loose balls, just play at 110%, because no one had ever won a championship that's going to be on the court today. So it's actually going to be insane. But to me, I think we should not waste any more time. Let's get started with this video. Now, for the Milwaukee Bucks, their biggest strengths this series are obviously their size. I mean, you have guys like Chris Middleton, you have guys like Bobby Portis, you have guys like Brook Lopez that can definitely get down low and dominate inside, especially considering that the Suns don't really have a backup big man, and that's something that they can definitely exploit from the Phoenix Suns. Hopefully Mike Budenholzer does realize this weakness and this strength for the Bucks, and maybe tries to use it more. And I mean, Mike Budenholzer hasn't done the worst job this entire playoffs, but he has been kind of getting bailed out by the talent from the Milwaukee Bucks from top to bottom, and just overall the depth, which is another advantage for the Milwaukee Bucks. Their depth, guys that can come on the second unit, play, make, and score, and just keep them in the game. And especially when DeAndre Ayton's not on the floor, they're definitely going to take advantage of their size and just dominate inside and take advantage offensively. And that's where they're going to find their runs. But I think that one of their biggest problems is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo is not going to be at full strength, and their health essentially. Giannis Antetokounmpo will definitely be a very valuable piece, especially with his rim running, driving kick, playability, especially when considering that Giannis is the reason why they're such a great shooting team, because of his paint gravity and, you know, moving the ball around and getting the ball to flow out in the perimeter. You may not see this as much with Giannis hyperextending his knee the other day, which typically is a 3-week recovery, but in this series, Giannis will have to play sometime and will not be at full strength whatsoever. The Phoenix Suns, their biggest advantages in this series is obviously their perimeter game and their small ball ability. Offensively, they can definitely take advantage of the drop coverages of the Milwaukee Bucks, as they have been the second worst three-point defending team in the NBA, as they give up the second most threes in the league, and opponents shoot about 38.6% when facing the Milwaukee Bucks. Obviously, their defense has improved this playoffs, but against a team like the Suns, who have guys like Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Chris Paul himself, even Devin Booker that can make some off-ball threes, it's going to be tough to defend that. And the biggest weakness is definitely going to be that pick and roll and lack of mobility. I feel like the Suns will take advantage of pick and roll drop coverages, especially Chris Paul, who can score at all three levels and is a great playmaker on top of that with amazing vision and IQ. A guy like Brook Lopez or Bobby Portis, any of the bigs from the Bucks who always drop, will definitely get exploited. And a guy like Chris Paul, who takes advantages of those mid-range jumpers, they will definitely have to at some point step up. Now, even if you don't give up those mid-range jumpers and step up, obviously Chris Paul is quicker than any of the Bucks' big guy and can definitely blow by them to the basket and cause rotations to help on Chris Paul, and that leaves other guys open and other shooters open, and as we know, the Bucks aren't great at defending that. I also believe that DeAndre Ayton on the offensive end, he will be very unstoppable this series, not only defensively, but he will bring the value offensively due to his mobility and strength. No Bucks players outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's not going to play at full strength, can guard Ayton. And Ayton, a guy like Brook Lopez or Bobby Portis, aren't as mobile and can't really guard him in the mid-range or the post area, where DeAndre Ayton can easily beat them while matching their strength. Or guys like Chris Middleton or those other guys, Drew Holiday, who are just as quick as DeAndre Ayton, aren't as strong, obviously, and don't have the size to be capable of shutting him down. I believe DeAndre Ayton would definitely be taking advantage of those pick and roll lob threats and those lob opportunities from Chris Paul or whoever is running the pick and roll, and will definitely find himself some easy baskets inside off those screens that will create the mismatches for a guy like DeAndre Ayton. I also do believe that DeAndre Ayton can average somewhere around 22, 13, and maybe 4 or 5, just because I feel like defenses are going to rotate to Ayton a lot, and he's going to definitely kick it out to shooters a lot. So I definitely do think that my finals MVP will go to DeAndre Ayton, and that also leads me to the Phoenix Suns winning the series in 6 games. I just don't think that the Bucks are going to be capable of stopping this team. I think the Suns match them defensively, especially how Mikal Bridges and Jay Crowder match Chris Middleton's in terms of length, size, speed, and frame overall, and going to make it tough on Chris Middleton. And also they have good solid rim protection when DeAndre Ayton's on the floor, which is going to be about 36-37 minutes. And the only time the Bucks will find their runs are when DeAndre Ayton is off the floor. But yeah, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I got the Suns in 6. Who do you guys have winning in how many games? I'm out. Peace.